Hey, what is up? It is Iron Heady in the old games corner, classic game roulette, and time to start playing a classic 4-pack of that I'm pretty sure you're all familiar with, and yeah, it's the Super Mario Allstars pack. And let's get started with the game that I'm sure needs no introduction, right? Let's kick things off with the original Super Mario Bros. Game, originally for the NES. But, yeah. I'm sure this has been played a lot, yeah? No, I'm sure that a lot of people have, speed run these games, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna use the warps in any game. I'm just gonna play them all the way through like a normal person, at my own pace. Of course, I understand that, all the blocks you break in, and all that, I understand that used to be the inhabitants of, the Mushroom Kingdom before they were turned into all the what you see now. But you wouldn't know how Bowser's even able to do that. Magic Koopas weren't even in this game. Neither were the stolen ones that, of course, the 7 Koopalings in Mario 3 that you had to give back to their rightful owners. So yeah, and I figured it will be a great time to get going with this, especially considering that, Mario Day isn't close by, only like 5 days away, give or take. Maybe less than that, 4 or 5 days away. Gotta love that they have an animation each and every time you save them. And speaking of which, each game has a save feature. which is good in case something were to happen. Of course, you can only go back to each and every world that you last made it to. So at least then you can, pick up where you left off. So I can understand that much. Not to mention, if this isn't just the kind of game that sure, it may not be in the first game to have more than one playable game in it, but I say it perfected the idea on how video game remakes should be. 'Cause, what, where could you go wrong? Alright. There we go. Made it to the end of the level. So yeah, not a whole lot I can say about this game, because so many people have played it. But I think I want to play this again after I beat it the first time. But the second time around, I'd consider it reasonable to use warps then. Because, just to, save time. Alright, the star power. Once you get that, you're basically able to plow through every enemy that you see. And of course, I'm going to go through every game in the collection, because I might as well. I mean, Mario Day is, like I said, close by. I think it's on Tuesday. But still, you're thinking you would have given us in the games that then I would have cared about, you know? Like, let me think. Game & Watch Gallery 2, well, 1, but 2, 4, Super Mario Bros. DX for the Game Boy Color, and while he may not officially be in the game until the very end when you beat the final boss, he's still in the game, just not playable, you know? The first Wario game. You know, or at least the first game that you actually play as him. Super Mario Land 3 Wario Land. And then after that, you should probably also put Wario Land 2 in there. I mean, come on, we already have 3 and 4. Where's 1 and 2? And, what I mean is that on the Switch Online service, I mean, all of these games I just discussed right now should be on the Switch Online service. Instead, we have 2 Virtual Boy editions, of which I don't entirely know I'm gonna be able to play, cause you need the Virtual Boy kit that you actually have to ship extra money for. In this day and age, especially considering it, how, you know, not in the best position to spend money on stuff, it's not likely gonna happen. But yeah, that's just how I feel right now. But, you know, it's funny because it seems that for the second time, Nintendo has acknowledged one of their failures in the video game market. Yes, I said one of their failures. Where do I begin? I mean, do I need to talk about the Wii U? Because, that's something that could have worked, but it seems that Nintendo themselves really blew it in the third-party department. I mean, sure they have with a GameCube and a N64. At least then they had first-party games to balance things out, which were like really great. For the Wii U, it's just even their first-party games didn't satisfy the demographic enough. It's just my opinion. Alright. Yeah, gotta love how then in the All-Stars pack, you know you're going the right way if you hear a sound cue. If you aren't, the game will tell you that you gotta do it all over again. So that's one way to know you're going the right way. Otherwise, you gotta do it all over again. But yeah, back to what I was saying before. With the Mario Day games for Switch Online, we're getting 2 for Virtual Boy and 1 for the GBA, which funny to say. The Mario vs. Donkey Kong remake came out 2 years ago. I'd have to think it feels a little iffy to not have a few things to, you know, fill in the blanks. Oh well. But yeah, the Mario vs. Donkey Kong remake came out 2 years ago, and it's only now that we're getting the GBA original. But hey, if you're gonna have a Donkey Kong 94, you might as well have Mario vs. Donkey Kong as well, right? Not a whole lot I can say about it. Which, okay, so I just wanted to check something here. Moving on. Okay. Yeah, I'm trying not to take stupid hits right there. But at least then I'm not making as nearly as much mistakes as I probably have in other games. Huh. Yeah, jumbled up and everything. But I find it kind of crazy that for each consecutive code you save, there seems to be more. But yeah, it can get rather awkward to speak of in terms. I guess I forgot to mention it. A number of levels seem to have bonus areas that you can go into. Like where I just went into. And this one has an underwater area that you can go into. Okay, I can't keep doing that, you know? I can't keep running into things. Oh wow, that is not how you do it. But yeah, like I said, the timing couldn't be any more perfect. You might as well get this out while the perfect day is on the horizon, you know? Might as well play Mario games for, you know, Mario month. Did they say month? I meant Mario Day. March 10th. Okay. Speaking of which, I'm certain people are gonna feel excited for the upcoming Super Mario Galaxy movie. I don't know when it's gonna come out though. So yeah, we just saw that Bowser started throwing hammers, even though that wasn't the kind of enemy you'd, you know, expect to see them throw hammers at you. raises a lot of questions, you know? Yeah, that ain't until the next castle. Oh, come on, dude! Son of a gun! But yeah, there is fear, especially if you're all powered up and get into the shortcuts. Spare you the trouble. Also, I don't think people knew about this, but maybe you have. If you've ever seen the movie Hudson Hawk, you'd know the line, "You wanna play some Nintendo? Bone some chicks?" Anyway, that's for another story. Yeah. I wasn't sure if if anything happened, but if it did, I'm being the one to know. After all, I'm the one streaming this. Get in the pipe! Speaking of which, you're a plumber, right? But it seems that Mario Bros. Is the only game where you actually do that sort of thing, you know? Plumbing? And I guess, in a sense, Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga technically does that too. Only to realize you were helping out an imposter. But, like I said, that's for another story. So we got another maze castle here. I'm just gonna make sure I'm going the right way. Ooh. Hey, wait a minute. Yep, there we go. Oh, it's the wrong way. But see, this one is a bit more trickier, so you have to not mess it up. But, there were other 90s compilations slash remakes of, older games in this era. The 90s. Which, two of them also released on the... Well, one of them released for the Super Nintendo, and the other one for Sega Genesis, but this is obviously the best of the bunch. I mean, sure. Mega Man the Wily Wars may have had its share of problems, like those respawning energy pellets you'd see in the Wily Castle Stage 1 in the Mega Man 1. The capsules that would respawn in the NES game, they don't in the Wily Wars version. That's the only nitpick I have with that. And it seems that I've been told that the game is actually slower depending on which version of the game you're playing. Which, people would prefer to play the Japanese version and not the PAL version. But now we can play it on Switch Online and the Genesis Mini Model 1. So, at least there's that now. And the other compilation I was about to mention is a Ninja Gaiden Trilogy, which has a 1, 2, and 3 originally for the NES, and gotta admit, there are more nitpicks, but at least the gameplay is still fine. No, I'm not a big fan of how the controls were, but you kinda get used to it. I mean, yeah, Super Nintendo players would much prefer the B and Y. Setup over the B and A setup any day. I mean, hey, it's your opinion, man. So yeah, Bowser's Final Castle is yet another maze. But it was just like I was saying. The Ninja Gaiden Trilogy for Super Nintendo isn't bad, it's just loaded with problems. I mean, the controls are different, the graphics are different, even the music and sound is different. But hey, who cares? If you still like the games, that's all that matters. Same with Mega Man The Wily Wars, because at least then not only does it have a save feature, it also has the exclusive Wily Tower Challenge, which allows you to use every weapon and item in the 3 games, Mega Man 1, 2, and 3. So, I just beat the game. So let's play it again, you know? With all my power ups intact. Yeah. Only this time, we can just speed on right ahead. Like I said, I am allowed to use warps this time. So the way I see it, it's a pretty good enough point of view. Of course, in the second loop, all the Goombas are replaced with Buzzy Beetles, the enemies that are clearly fireproof. So good, you know. But yeah, skipping straight to World 4 so that I can beat the game again, which I only beat it minutes ago. This is the perfect speedrun strat, you know? Don't gotta worry about nothing, just go, go, go! Straight to the end. I have no intentions on beating the game all the way through a second time. No need for it. There we go. But yeah, if you jump up here, you will create another block that will render it impossible to get the vine, not unless you're small. But you need to come up here to go directly to World 8. So yeah, we're on the way here. We're on fire. So yeah, I guess I forgot to mention that this particular level might as well be the longest level in the game. So don't dilly-dally. But you'll be okay just so long as you get the 1 star and the platforming can get rather dicey here. Out of the way. Okay, did not mean for that to happen. Oh boy. You know, you can just duck. You don't have to worry about that. Oh, come on. Yeah, that spot wasn't something I'm all too proud of, cause of course it would screw me over. Come on. So yeah, the castle gates, and it's gonna be a bit of a doozy. Oh shoot! Yeah, I don't think so, buddy. Okay, we're almost there. Alright, this is the end. Just gonna remember the correct path, otherwise you're gonna do the whole spot over and over again. I mean, it's all good and all, considering that I've played the hell out of this back in the day. And I still do. It's all done. Thank you, Mario, for restoring peace to our kingdom. Hurrah to our hero, Mario. So, this is actually the ending dialogue you get for beating Super Mario Brothers Lost Levels. Which, I'm certain that will be my next game to play. I'll get to that tomorrow. So, I need me a raid target. So it's just like I said. Tomorrow, and I should be more than likely playing a Super Mario Bros. Lost Levels in the Super Mario Allstars pack. Tomorrow, I think I said. But, yeah. Time to get on with it. The raid, I mean. I've been Iron Eddie, and I'll see you compadres tomorrow. You keep on kicking now, you know.